My name is Marik. This is what it's about, guys. And I'm on a long-term quest to find every single Dwarf Adder species in South Africa.
I just can't get over how amazing that is.
And this is where it begins.
I drove over 2,200 kilometers from South Africa all the way to the skeleton coast of Namibia to find my dream snake. Once I was there, I had no cell phone signal, no shoes, no transport, and I was limited on time. This was also the first time I had ever been to Namibia. The terrain was unfamiliar and unforgiving, but full of hidden beauty. I honestly had no idea where to start looking, but this wasn't just any snake. This was the horned adder, and for me, that meant everything. I've always been obsessed with reptiles. Growing up, snakes were my thing, much to my mother's horror. I'm pretty sure the moment she realized her son liked scaly creatures more than soccer balls was a rough day in the Marik household. And let's just say, I didn't exactly keep my passion quiet. I used to get into trouble at school for chasing the groundskeepers with harmless green snakes and frogs that I'd find around in the field. What can I say, young me thought it was hilarious. Now, I've made a bit of a turnaround from scaring people with snakes to educating them about the snakes. Progress, right? But when I was around 8 years old, everything changed. My mom got me this book, A Guide to the Reptiles of Southern Africa by Johan Murray and Graham Alexander. And there, on one of those pages, I saw it, the horned adder. That photo didn't just catch my eye, it carved itself into my memory. The horns, the camouflage, the mystery of the habitat it lived in. I told myself right then, one day, I will find that snake and I will film it. This trip wasn't exactly planned, at least not in the traditional sense. I got a last-minute opportunity to film the 2024 International Shore Angling Gala for Duvan's Fishing Charters. An incredible gig, but it meant moving fast. I drove 5 hours from Port Elizabeth to Riversdale to meet up with Zander from Zuluk Fishing. And from there, the real journey began. Nearly 22 hours straight to Henties Bay, Namibia. But this was no relaxing road trip. Between filming a high-pressure fishing competition and trying to track down one of Africa's most elusive vipers, I had my work cut out for me and it was really difficult to keep hold of my sanity. But as the skeleton coast came into view, rugged and impossibly vast, I felt it again, that old dream flickering back to life. I was here and the hunt had begun. I didn't waste a second. After nearly 30 hours on the road, I dropped my bags and got dropped off 2 kilometers away, barefoot, in the dark, with no reception. But honestly, I didn't care.
So spots like this really gets me in the zone, that's for sure.
I was too determined to notice the discomfort.
I have no reception, no maps. I have somewhat memorized the way. I pray that I do, and let's not get lost in the pursuit of some incredible creatures out here.
The desert at night feels alive, in a completely different way. Horned adders bask during the day, but at night they move around, and that's exactly when you want to find them.
So one thing that makes it really hard is snakes tend to like to hide under rocks, and there's not a single rock in sight. So I have to stick to the shrubs, and on top of that, horned adders like to bury, leaving just their head sticking out. It's not easy. Guys, we will find a snake, I'm telling you that. Don't know how many days it's going to take me, but we will find the horned adder.
I started scanning the sand for any sign, tiny tracks, surface movement, or even a hint of that iconic horned silhouette. I was exhausted, but my curiosity had other plans. And then, just when I thought the night would stay quiet, I spotted something small, shimmering under my headlamp.
No way, those colors are insane. Let me just get him away from the edge so if he gets out of my hand, he can't run away. But look at those colors. Oh my word, those eyes are insane. That's the most beautiful little reptile I have ever seen. No ways, guys. My goodness. It is so beautiful. Look at those web feet, specifically designed to not sink in the sand out here. That is absolutely incredible. This is such an incredible find. To many people, it's just an animal. It's just a gecko. But to me, this is really special. I've come out all this way, over 2,000 kilometers from my own home, to find such a beautiful and magnificent animal. And to just see it in front of me right now, finding it on the first night of being here, just being able to spend time with it right here is just, it's beyond incredible. It's just one of the most fascinating creatures I have ever seen. Its size, its shape, its colors, everything about it just draws me to him. I feel so blessed right now.
It wasn't the horned adder, but somehow this little gecko unlocked a memory I didn't know I still carried. A flash of childhood wonder, and for a moment I wasn't just on a search for a snake, I was reconnecting with a part of myself I'd forgotten. And after that first gecko, it was like my eyes were finally tuned in. Suddenly I was spotting them everywhere. Each one felt like a little spark of magic in the sand. And as tired as I was, I knew that this was only the beginning. It's the next day, and this was it. My only day off. No work, no distractions, just me, the skeleton ghost, and the dream. I walked out of town chasing tracks, heat waves, and hope. For hours, nothing but silence and sand. Occasionally I'd spot those Marolius reticulatus, those lightning fast lizards, but forget it, you'll never catch one.
I'm starting to feel a bit discouraged. There's no rocks anywhere to like flip to look for snakes. You can only look in these sand mounds everywhere. And normally with the dwarf adders, the Peringue dwarf adder and the horned adder, like you follow their tracks. You can kind of follow to where they bury, and you can dig them out. But last night it rained. All the tracks, everything's gone. So I don't know what to follow. I don't know where to go, but yeah, we'll try. We'll keep going. It's going to get a bit tired, so I'm going to sit down out of the window, but it's very windy. And I'm just going to have some food, cut on my blood sugar a bit, and then get back on out.
At one point, I seriously considered turning back. I hadn't seen a single snake. My energy was gone, but then something caught my eye.
Guys, I finally found something. A beautiful chameleon here. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I'm starting to give up hope. Searching out all of these shrubs, everything for like kilometers, literally kilometers, to finally find this little beautiful guy here. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so tired as well. I'm gonna put him back here. But the first thing I gotta do is take some amazing photos, because this is incredible. I really didn't think I'd find one of these guys. He's really not happy with us. You can see that display there, opening that mouth. He's like, buddy, I'll bite you.
It wasn't what I came here for, but it was something special, a Namakwa chameleon, and I had no idea they were even recorded in this area. So far it's been a long day, and I was tired, disheartened, and really feeling down, but something about this little guy made me want to stop and just sit. So I did. I sat there just a meter away for nearly an hour, and in that time I witnessed something unforgettable. His colors shifted with each bush he crossed, pulsing with camouflage and intention, and then, like a miniature dinosaur, he began to hunt. It was one of the coolest moments I've ever seen in the wild, watching him move, calculate, and strike. It reminded me why I do this.
Now that's what I'm freaking talking about, dude. That was just insane. I can't believe I got that on camera, dude. Holy smokes, dude. I was starting to give up hope. Like, I thought I'm not gonna get anything else today other than those lizards that just run at 400 kilometers per hour, which I'll never catch in my life. And I find this chameleon sitting on the corner. I just take some pictures, some videos, you know, I'm really happy to see it. Now I'm like, you know what, let me just take out the long lens. And I filmed him walk down the branch all the way out to the other side. And next thing I just see his eyes lock. And I know what that means. I was like, there's no ways he's gonna do it. That was insane.
That chameleon didn't just lift my spirits. He gave me back my sense of wonder. I wasn't giving up. Not yet. But on my way back that night, the desert tested me again. I underestimated how hard it would be getting around without a plan. I got turned around in town, and with no signal, no clear landmarks, I was genuinely lost for a while. Fatigue messes with your head, makes you question things, but that feeling, it's a part of the wild. You don't grow from comfort. The next day, I was back behind the camera, filming the 2024 International Shore Angling Gala. A total shift in energy. Big rods, bigger fish, and endless coastline. But even here, nature had one more surprise for me. Meet the Parabuthus philosopus, one of the largest scorpions in southern Africa. And yes, it packs a medically significant sting.
Alright guys, we got our first scorpion of Namibia. This is Parabuthus philosopus. In English that would be the shaggy thick-tailed scorpion. Highly venomous species. Definitely not something you want to get stung by any means. But look at that, look at the size, the classic thin pincers, thick tail. Those are normally the telltale signs of a venomous species. However, that isn't always 100% accurate, but it is a very good rule of thumb. Quite incredible, found in broad daylight on the beach. Definitely not something you would expect, but apparently that is not too rare out here. That is incredible. He just wants to go away and hide, and I think I'm just going to help him do that.
An amazing animal. I put him back out of harm's way and got straight back to work. But who would have thought that even the beaches has its deadly secrets? The days dragged on. My legs were sore, my feet torn. I had searched everywhere, and I was starting to believe maybe it just wasn't going to happen, and time was running out.
I'm really tired right now. I've done who knows how much walking between all the fishermen that I'm filming for work, and in between that I'm out and about looking for, here you guys know, the horned adder, and I just feel like I'm not getting there. And I don't have a car to come out and just drive whenever I want or wherever I want. I've got to make the most of where I'm situated, you know. But right now, there's nothing more. I don't want anything more than a pizza or a burger right now. Like, I am so hungry and I'm so tired. I just want to take a nap, eat some good food. So, I'm gonna try my goddamn best, you know it.
I had covered dunes, trekked through gravel plains, braved the long nights with nothing but my headlamp and hope. But in that moment, hope was fading. I was busy finishing off a day of filming with a fisherman, and I really needed to stop off for a quick bathroom break, just off the path, and that's when I saw it, a small little track, and just above it, tiny horns poking through the sand.
Guys, we did it. We finally did it. I found the snake I've been looking for. I'm right here on the beach, waiting for the guys to pack up. Went to go pee, and right there is the horned adder, Bitus caudalis. That is the craziest. You know what? That's awesome. There's nothing else to say, dude. This is an absolute dream come true. I need a moment to just take it all in, because this is just incredible, dude. Can't believe I just found it.
I was so excited, but I was also completely exhausted that I couldn't even process what I was feeling. It was indescribable. After all this time, the horned adder.
My dream snake to find here in Namibia. I can't believe I finally did it. So beautiful to look at, Bitus caudalis. And these snakes are incredibly precious. They have these two modified scales above their head, which are horns. And technically, there's no scientific reason as to why they have those horns. But to be honest with you, I think it's an amazing feature. And I'm just being cautious because these snakes tend to lunge forward when they bite or when they strike. And one or two strikes and it'll be right here by my hand. So that means I'll have to move quickly if I need to. These beautiful patterns here help them camouflage out in this desert here, which is absolutely perfect. I mean, out here you want to be camouflaged, but you still want to be out enough to soak up as much sun as you need in this beautiful, hot and arid place. And you still want to have that camouflage to catch the prey, because this is an ambush predator, waiting for any unfortunate creature to walk in front of its path. They oftentimes bury just a bit, where just the head sticks out with the horns, and they sit and wait like that, just like how I found this guy. Amazing. And obviously I don't want to stress him out too much either. I say him, but it looks like it's a female. They're kind of sexually dimorphic, like most adders. They have the shorter tail base, where the males have a longer tail base from the tail tip to the flap of all the parts, if you know what I mean. That's how we can look at it. Gorgeous keeled scales, vibrant patterns. It's just, I can never get enough of looking at this amazing and highly beautiful snake. This is as big as they need to get out here. And obviously the bigger the animal is, the more water and the more nutrients it will need to survive out here. So staying small is actually an evolutionary advantage out here. That is just amazing.
I didn't want to disturb it too much, but I had to take her out for the camera. And when I was done filming, I just sat there, and then she began to move. She slithered towards me, not in aggression, but out of curiosity. And I wanted so badly to let her explore, but I had to be responsible. As magic as this moment was, I knew I couldn't encourage risky interactions with venomous snakes, especially not on camera, so I gently moved back. It's easy to fall in love with these animals and forget the boundaries, but in the wild, complacency costs lives. And as much as I wanted more time, it was time to say goodbye. She had given me what I came for, and in return, I owe her her peace.
Alright, Snakey has given me such an amazing opportunity. I think it's time we put him back where he belongs. These are wild animals after all. I've got a very unique technique out here that I use, if you'll let me. And it's using a hat. Just drop it like that. No, stay in the hat. Stay in the hat. It's very curious to what's happening outside. And if I'm gentle enough, like this, we can take him all the way back to where I found him. Don't jump out now. Don't jump out yet. Not yet. That's it. You can see he has his original track. There you go, buddy. I want you to go back free, and I want you to stay safe and live a long life, okay? You are such an amazing find. I cannot believe it. You're such a special animal. I love everything about you.
From childhood dreams to barefoot grit, this journey has taught me that the wild always rewards those who never stop searching. But while this species is stunning, it's also under threat. Horned adders, like many reptiles, are being poached for the illegal pet trade. These creatures belong here, in the wild, not in tanks, not in boxes, and they deserve our protection. If this video made you love the wild a little more, hit that like button, comment your dream reptile, and subscribe for more wild adventures with Wild Marik.